Hello to you, my fellow Dark Ones. How are you guys doing today? How's life? Not sure when you're going to see this episode, but depending on the situation, Merry Christmas or Happy New Year. Or maybe even Happy Easter. But welcome to another episode of Meatballcraft, where today we're going to make a Draconic Reactor and then blow it up. Don't ask me why. The modpack developer seems to like explosions. However, in order to blow up a Draconic Evolution Reactor, we first have to make it, and it's a teeny tiny bit complicated. We need Opinium Core, perfected. And unfortunately, we are also going to need a bunch of them in the future in order to make the Dyson conduit. So let's try to automate that first, but first things first, we need more GP. So let us get ourselves 3 more dragon egg mills. And yes, I do understand, most of you remember that mills have a diminishing return if you have too many of them. So if I have an extra one, instead of 500 GP, I will get 250. The third one is going to give me 125, and the fourth one is, I don't know, a garbage random number. However, even that garbage number is, I think, better than normal mills. Because even if it gives me 60 GP, it's like 15 of these. We have 18,000 dragon eggs, so there you go. We have a total of 900 GP. That's a good number. And that is our automation for Opinium Core perfected. It might look a bit complicated, but it's actually not. Some of the items have EMC, so I do have a refined EMC link down there, you know. Here, coal goes inside the resonator, we get red coal. Some of the items do not have EMC, so I'm using export buses from Applied Energistics. And as for the elytra, we have like 25,000 pristine Ender Dragon matter, so I'm just using a loot fabricator. And that's it, we get all the ingredients, and it's slowly being crafted. Well, we have 6, so it's not that slow. So first things first, let's have a pattern for the reactor itself. I think the stabilizer is also, infusion, which the stabilizer frame goes in the center. Also, the texture for both of them is the same. I'm confused. Anyways, we also need the energy injector. Like so. The rest of them are just random garbages. Everything is automatic, so that was our reactor. So there you go. And that should be a quest. Well, half the quest. Then we need the injector and 4 stabilizers. That's it. I would like to mention, as a reactor which is supposed to blow up, it seems to be nice. For the purpose of this mod pack, we are going to surround it with blocks of awakened draconium that is hopefully going to be converted into charged draconium. And yes, a wise person would have done this in the void world, but I don't get to blow up reactors. So we're gonna do this in the overworld. So the reactor does require some fuel. I hope it does not blow up instantly. Oops, let's go to boom. I'm sorry. I wanted to be ready to teleport back home. Anyways, here is your power. Remove limit. And that's it, right? Charge. Well, the easiest way of blowing it up is this. Voila. How much time do we have? Whoop. We ran away. A slight problem, I forgot to chunk load that place. Didn't want to be that close. We chunk load you and we run away. Because there is a 1 or 2 minute countdown. We should see the explosion everywhere, right? For those of you who don't know, it's going to destroy everything within a 300 block radius, so I think this is far enough. Slightly annoying, maybe a bit more forward. It happened. And it's coming. I'm alive. Don't really know why. But he died. Oh my goodness, look at the destruction. Holy, there is a floating rift. And some floating flowers. They're falling down. But anyways, that is charged draconium. We have to mine it with silk touch. Cool. If it is not obvious, what we're going to try and do is to get the draconic armor. You know, everything that you see over here. So I have an amazing sword, I have amazing tools. The problem with them is that, well, this is maxed out. If you want a better sword, you have to go with Draconic Evolution because that's going to double your enchantments. So our journey for Draconic Evolution has brought us to Ep52 and one more hard fight. Be careful. Sure. First off, you go to hell. As usual, we break the button, we place down a lever, and we link it. And then, you know, run away. What we're looking for over here is Naquada. Somebody's dying. I like the sound of that. Oh, that was Naquada. We got it from someone. We're just gonna kill a bunch of people. See if we get more. That actually works. So technically speaking, we can reset the fight. Oops, well, there's no one in it. So maybe we can just pearl out. Ew. Oh, pearls are locked. Well, theoretically speaking, we have what we need. We have Naquada. If we want more, we can always get more. It's easy. Let's go home. Now that we have the Naquada, Captain Merrick is going to sell us the sword. Go back into your mob imprisonment tool. So, we need to have the swords. I do have the patterns for Naquada. We just got it. I have done that with a lot of things, unfortunately. We need 2 storm eggs. like so, 2 impetus gems, and 2 storm runes, and an aquata in the center. What we are trying to make is the Stormborn callstone, and it does require a bunch of garbage. And I already forgot all the garbage. That seems to be everything we need. Let's do it. It's also unstable. Already? Oh, you're very stable. Okay, we're good. You had to do that. We didn't have enough. Dude, pump it in. Okay, we're good. And now we're lagging. Just finish it. Thank you. Well, as usual, we got the callstone. We travel far, far away. And we go to the Twilight Forest. That's a big problem. This is why we are lagging. Well, what if we break you? Okay, it's a bug. I'm hopefully out of the render distance of the previous callstone, so let's try this. What is that? No clue, but we just want the bee. The bee wasn't a jerk, but basically he's going to drop the Stormlight fragment. I have genetically manipulated the bees. Let's put them inside an apiary. We are running low on apiaries. Well, this one is free, and here are the upgrades. Have fun. So obviously the Stormlight fragment, which is from Content Tweaker, such an amazing mod, is not useful on its own. Because that's why we have Content Tweaker. You need to mix it with other stuff from Content Tweaker to get something else by Craft Tweaker too. Basically, we do need to have the Stormlight sphere in order to make something called Draconian Metal Clump. And we also need it for a bunch of other stuff. So how do we make everything? So first we need to get the gem heart. We have already found it on Ep52. We need to mix it with right crystals. Well, there is a solution. Luna, Ventus, Vitreous, Perdicio, and Motus. Lovely. Let me set up a pattern inside the crafters. So by this time, you guys probably know the drill. The pattern goes in. We order, I don't know, 100 of these spheres. We have to wait for the fragment, so 10 of the spheres then. Everything will go inside the crafter, and I need to remember stuff. That seems to be the pattern. Yeah, now that we have the sphere, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a brand new pattern in an ultimate crafting table for the Draconian Metal Clump. Amazing recipe. Did you know that it does require dragon steel singularities? It's truly horrifying. I have been making dragon steel for the past, I think, hour, and they're still being crafted. All at the same time, which is good. Well, so far we have 131 blocks of each. So let me set up the pattern for the singularities, and yes, it's 5056. The way that we get access to Draconic Evolution in this mod pack is through a brand new dimension. Lindeworm or something? And this is the recipe for the warper. We do require 3 draconium metal ingots, so that is the dragon steel singularities. We do require a decent number of ultimate blocks, which for some reason is now incredibly cheap. I don't care. Craft it then. Yeah, it is that cheap. Okay. Then the reason that we blew up the reactor at the start of the episode. Chaotic draconium blocks. Oh, and did I forget? Draconium singularities made out of blocks. This is a constant theme in this mod pack, where you require a tremendous amount of resources just to start a brand new project, and then you never need them again. You know, literally just like the muons. I did call this a temporary setup, and it's still here, because ever since I haven't used it. I spent 5 or 6 hours just being AFK for that. And I guess the Dragon Steel singularities also don't have any other uses, perfect. But we do need it for the secret lurker callstone, so that we would be able to skip Vitea. Other than that, we don't really need anything. That is the block of Ultimine. We just need the draconium metal. And for that I do have to be AFK for a while, so see you in an hour or so. It's been maybe an hour later, we're still missing 100 blocks or so, they're still being crafted. And well, there's absolutely nothing I can do until then. Because every single item that I have to craft, I can only find on that dimension. But the only thing that I need is some storm reagents, because that's how I would be able to dupe something very important. Draconian Headstone. You use it in order to make the cores so that you can make the armor and tools and weapons. And you know, you dupe it with storm reagents, and since we don't have our Berserker Forges operational, well, they are operational, I'm not adding more patterns to them, I'm just using the Hellfire Forge. That's it, with filters, which is a problem because the items don't really stack. It's not a big deal. Don't you worry, I have plenty of time to waste. If I want the clump, oh, we're missing 70 something. Okay, we're getting closer. Well, there are a few important things that we can do. They're not useful right now, but they're going to be important once we want to skip the nightmare. So let's do them. There's a Skyturn Callstone, and remember, we always take the portal blocks. Incredibly expensive. Since this is a Skyturn Callstone, I assume it's going to be activated only in Skyturn. Don't kill me. Oh, the gravity guy. He's dead. Another, oh, 2 of them. It's like you have all the bosses at the same time. This is why I want Draconic Evolution. I'm just saying. Let's consume a Shield of Terror just in case. I killed everyone. Well, I had to clean up my inventory, but let's check. Where's the Coldstone? Oh, this is what I wanted. Skyturn Refined Gem. So the Skyturn Refined Gem is going to give us something called Two-Light Flower. This is easy. It's just neutronium blocks. So everything is set. We can craft the Two-Light Flower. And this is going to be a teeny tiny bit tricky. We have to make a multi-block for this. But just out of extreme curiosity, does it work in the overworld? Of course not. So let's get some purple blocks. We go back to Skyturn and we try to find the coalstone. It's over there. Hello, loud jerk. Shut up. So let's get ourselves a rod of the shifting crust, because I think that's going to be easier. And we need to convert all of these blocks into purple. Something like this, right? I have broken a block, so let's replace it. And then does it work? Maybe not. There's a schematic. So something like this. Okay, I got it. We need this astral lizard light, which can be used in order to make something else, which can be dropped inside the crucible to give us the imperfect gem of the cosmos. That's what we need. No sword of the cosmos yet. Let's go home. In the meantime, it seems that our singularities are ready. I hope. Yeah, we have all the blocks that we need. These are extra. But we do need them later on, so why not? Our ingots are ready, which makes me really happy. Wait, it's not a quest. Dude, this was expensive. Maybe you also need to have the clump? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Let's get the warper. That should be a quest. Lovely. The Land of Power. Let's go to the Land of Power. Oh, we're in something again. Am I in like a mountain or something? Hello? Oh, mushrooms! I wanted to know where to find them. This is something that we need for the next quest. Also, over here we can fly, which is amazing. This is a structure. South, east, west, something. Well, this is a solution to a puzzle. We can take the blocks. That's the important thing. Surprisingly, nobody is attacking us. There is a chest. And it's trapped. We take it and run. Whoa, hi. I was expecting an explosion. Not that. Also, can we harvest the mushrooms using the Horn of the Wild? Yeah, much easier. We might need quite a bit, I'm not sure. So we got the Wyvern headstone, which is used in order to make the Wyvern monument activation fabrial. And yeah, that's why we needed the mushrooms. We also need to set up a pump here. We also have a thing made out of giant obsidian. That's a giant pick. Right. I don't know. Let's break in. Is this a troll? No, this is not a troll. Why would I need that? There is another structure made with bedrock, with a spawner on top. I don't know, let's get our scanner, see if there's anything inside. There's a chest with a constellation. Yeah, I don't need to know the constellations, because there is a solution to the puzzle. So honestly speaking, in this dimension, there's absolutely nothing to find. We just have to set up a pump in order to extract the fluid, and we definitely need to kill some of the wyverns. You know, these guys. Whoa. That's because in order to craft stuff, we need the Wyvern Fang. And I think we have enough. Another trap chest. Wow, Mana Storm charge. Okay, thank you for the quest. This structure that you see over here is where we need to have the constellations. Apparently we have to summon some sort of a meteor or something, which will eventually give us the Draconian headstone. But as I have already mentioned, we need to find the fluid first. That's a nice looking tree. Oh, it's from forestry, okay. This is garbage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the altar that we're eventually going to use, and that is our pump jack. We have found 773 buckets of stormlights. And so far we have harvested like 93 buckets. Not sure if that's enough. Oh, you don't need that much. At all. Maybe you do. Oh, you do. Okay. We take all of that. He's a wizard with a candy. Anyways, let me gather all the stormlight. I'll be right back. I'll AFK here. My fellow Dark Ones, I'm back in the overworld trying to gather some gizmos. And yes, we have the stormlight infused crystal. Then I wanted to make the charged electric mushroom, which we need for the coalstone, and I noticed this is not the same gemstone. This is dropped by charged creepers. Oh, again, Christmassy zombies. Okay, there are creepers. Get charged, and hopefully we can just kill you. Oh, we got the one. That's not fun. Okay, this time we got 3. It's affected by looting, that's good. We got 11. I think we need 16. That should be our last candidate. Oh, and by the way, I'm just making the stormlight infused crystals manually. I'm just gonna make a few stacks. We don't need that much. So does the recipe work? What the? Oh, you're unstable. Very unstable. And you delete items. This is gonna be fun. Because it does require a ton of essentia too. Well, it's fine. We let it delete everything. Once the essentia is done, then we put the items, so that we don't waste items, is the thing. Yeah, that's it. It's just that we need more charged creeper parts. Yeah, I remove every single item. Once the essentia thingy is done, we just place them. Like so. That's it. With all of that being said, we have the Wyvern Monument Activation Fabrial. So let's craft it. You need cores. Yes. So this guy is going to give us a shard. That shard is used in making the Fragment of Creation, which is a super easy recipe, and we use it with the Stormlight infused crystal to make the ancient Wyvern Coldstone. Hopefully that's it. No more tricks. Well, actually there is. We need some collector crystals. Yeah, Octan, Horologium, Lucerna, and Visio. How do you make a collector crystal? Ah, okay, it's not that bad. Because the only thing which is annoying is to get the actual celestial crystal. We can just craft them. So I'm facing south, right? And south is Horologium. I'm facing west, which is Visio. North is Octan. And voila. Do you work? Oh, we got it. Let's take our paddle and never come back here. So this thing which I'm holding in my hand does have EMC. So the only thing that we have to do is to make the ancient Wyvern Coldstone. That's it. We're still getting closer. Since we are going to make the Draconic armor and we're going to do a ton of upgrades and well, I don't really want to automate any of them, I have ordered another set of the Chaotic Fusion crafting injectors. But first things first, let us get the skull. That should... oh, everything was ready. So that's my Coldstone. And the question is, where do we activate it? Probably it's here. Oh, I'm so warpy. That's not good. Well, let's activate it. There is the button. In this mod pack, I have PTSD from pressing buttons. But this is Draconic Evolution. It's fitting that we use the grinders. We're going to use 4 just to make sure that we're going to kill everyone. So, a lever, we link it, and run. That was a difficult wyvern. Whoa. Okay, he dropped it. We're good. The reason I'm saying it was difficult is that that one had 15,000 health. The previous ones were one shot. Who's shooting at me? So this might sound a bit stupid, but this draconian headstone, which we needed in order to make the different parts, is kind of expensive. Well, it's not super expensive. We just need stone reagents, but we need a lot. Not that much. Anyways, I was just wondering if we can kill him multiple times. That's it. So if we make some sort of a cage, put the grinder, I don't know, over there, and then, you know, flick the lever. That kind of works. Didn't know he can glitch out. Well, that's an easy fix. We just fixed the glass. We got 5. That's a good start. Let's go home. So obviously we do have a bunch of storm reagents, so duping this is not a big deal. We can have one more. Why not? And now I can make the actual tools. We're going to start with the sword. And now we should be able to start making every single piece. Here is the helmet core, chestplate core, legging core, the boots. I really don't mind the bow. We should not run out. And obviously the sword. So that means we can have the sword of the wyvern. Well, you get the gist. We just upgrade everything. Now we need to upgrade them to draconium. Are you ready for some fanciness? Very fancy. Now comes the boring part of upgrading them, and well, there are a ton of upgrades, and I think we have all of them. At least the important ones. Because for me, armor is important, damage is important, attack area of damage is important, and obviously the bow. This I have... oh, this is digging. We don't care about digging. But this does have built-in flight, no? Dude, I'm not wearing it. You have flight, good. Good. Why do I have 17,000 chests? No clue. My fellow lords and ladies of darkness, I have fully upgraded the draconic armor, and I have also made myself a staff, but just for decorations. It's not upgraded at all. But previously the Kikoku was doing around 65 damage, this is almost 100. I prefer the sword rather than the staff, otherwise the staff does more damage. But the best part is, we don't get knocked back at all if somebody attacks me. Lovely. And the area of damage of the sword is amazing for killing a lot of mobs, because it does the same damage to every single mob in that area. It's not like sweeping edge. I have also put some enchantments on the bow, and well, it's not amazing, but this one you can at least spam. So you see, even fully drawn, it's not gonna kill a cyclops. Well, in general, can't really complain. It's a decent armor. Can't really complain. Also, the Cyclops with the sword is one hit. Although I do completely understand, the Cyclops is not a good measurement. Because that has 150 health with tons of armor, but we do have mobs with like 50,000 health and tons of armor. But I'm assuming this gives me a far better chance. Damage per second. 1,000? Actually, 1,600. Cool. Most of the dimensions are over, but we have so many coldstones and I think I have to kill a lot of people. However, now that we are fully geared up and we took a minor detour from the main quest line, let's get back on track. So again, as you guys remember, our main goal is to make the nightmare bed and our secondary goal is to skip the nightmare. so that we don't have to use the bed. Very fancy, I know. So that does mean that we need all the recursive fragments, again, in order to make the eternal nightmare, and that means I need a ton of the excavation reactors. I think for the moment around 16 of them, but there is a big problem. Again, forget about the infusion stones, we will automate it. But do you see the main problem? Divine shards. Each reactor is going to require a divine singularity, and that's a ton of shards. Yeah, we are missing 400,000 of it, so yeah, that's a big problem. I do have a wood farm, but maybe there's also a better solution from wildwood. We need to find a mob. Yeah, exactly. You're not a boss, and I think we find you here. That's not the one. We can't one-shot them, right? Oh, we can. That's good. Oh, they have huts with nothing inside. Yes, that's the mob. We just need to have a lasso. That's it. You come with me. The rest of you, go to hell. So obviously we're going to put this guy inside an ultimate mob farm and just hope for the best. Yeah, he does drop divine shards. And it's relatively fast. And it's also good, because I was missing the wildwood soul. Because I did remove the wood farm for it. The divine shards on their own is going to take a tremendous amount of time. Maybe, I don't know, 50 hours or so. But don't you worry, we have plenty of things to do. We need the first, second, third, and fourth order of the mythic fractal. And each one of them is surprisingly complicated. We're not just doing this for skipping the nightmare, we actually need them for the endgame crafting. Because you use it in order to make halite ingots. The endgame. So from today until the foreseeable future, we're just gonna do very random things to complete random quests. For example, for the first order mythic fractal, what we need is wrought iron. Found in deep lands, bring a pickaxe, and good reflexes. Sure, I just don't remember where the hell was deep lands, and we might as well check. Yeah, we don't have it. We don't have the pattern. Oh, this is the deep lands. Okay. No clue where would you find it. Well, there's charged runium. Well, that thing is apparently a mob. And well, I'm using the Terra Shatterer. Did we get it? Not yet. I have been digging for a while and I found a button. Is that the one? Yeah, that's probably the one. It ran away. So you kind of have to summon it, right? Yeah, and then hit it with a pick. Oh, that's something else. Yeah, I don't really know where to find it. Maybe we just kill it? Oh, okay, with Silk Touch, you get the actual grottle, but if you kill it with a normal pick, you get wrought iron. That was very confusing. But at least we have the wrought iron, we can go back home. But just in case, is there anything else from the deep lands? Well, there is something that deep land is going to guide us, which is not very important, and that's it. Cool. We can go home. So duping wrought iron is relatively simple. I already got a stack. You just put it in an alloy furnace with nether sky steel, and that's it. The problem is that previously when we were doing some duping, we were using crafters from RF tools. This is not really crafting, it's using a machine. So I might have a solution. Let's have an interface. We shall have a pattern that 1 nether sky steel equals 1 wrought iron, right? Because we're duping it, we need the original one back. Then the conduits from Ender.io have a very important functionality, and that is called self-feed. If I want to show you how it works, notice that I'm going to put 1 wrought iron shard inside, and it's going to go back. So it's extracting and putting it back. But you have to enable self-feed. So that's an option. We can put self-feed on, I don't know, higher priority, I think, and put back the rest of the garbage inside the interface. So let's give some wrought iron back into the system. Actually, we need the 1. And if I order 100, kind of works. We need to have 64 of them in this slot, so that it exports the rest. Well, my assumption is correct if, yeah, 63 remain. That's the additional 63 that we put inside the alloy furnace. Not sure, but I think that should work. It did work. So if I order, I don't know, like 10 more, you're going to be fine, right? Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so we're not going to really go in order. What we are going to do is that we're going to go based on my own priorities. For example, wrought iron was for the first mythic shell, berserker ingot is for the second mythic shell. We have already the capability of making berserker steel. The problem is that it's not going to last for long, because I have a few hundred of these Hand of the Dominion and maybe 20 or 30 of what he drops. At first I thought maybe we should transfer them on top of the nose guy, but we do have a pyramid, I have put in some salt, so let's put them here. The only problem is that how would you transfer them? Well, I think I have an idea. Well, we can set you here. And I think if you right click on someone with a translocator, they're going to be teleported. Maybe not. Maybe it can't be a boss. Honestly, that is perfectly fine by me. We can craft a dislocator. We shall bound it, I don't know, here. And then from, I think, episode 10 or something, we have a portal up there. This was our astral sorcery area. He's a bit fat. How do we fit him in? We switch the dislocator and voila. Go in. Go. Yeah, he's in. So the only thing remaining is that we have to move the other guy. And that's also one of the reasons that I want to move him, because he's poisonous. Moving them is hard. I think he's gone. Have fun, boys. We need to bring the bee. I'm not going to go in there because it's extremely loud. You can even hear it from here. But trust me, the bee is inside the statue. And it's harvesting whatever we have to harvest. Also, I have noticed we have enough plasma, so we don't need the reactor ever again. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Don't you worry. We all make boo-boos. Oh, it exploded. It's fine. Well, the reactor is gone, and the plasma is gone. So we're good. Also, I was really hoping they don't make any noises, but apparently they still do. So that's a muffler. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one. Bye-bye.